Hello, my name is Lee Hendricks of Proactive Health Style, and I'm delighted to have with me here today my very good friend Sharon Love. Sharon is one of our very own pediatric nurses, and she has a ton of experience. Now, Sharon, um, I want you to tell us, if you can give us a bit of advice on what we can do naturally and powerfully for this very special time of year of back to school. What would be the 5 top areas that you think we have to be really aware of?
I think one of the first things would be anxiety for the kids going back to school. Whether they're going from kindergarten and it's or preschool, leaving mom and dad for the first time on their own, or teenagers or even university students coming back to school can be very stressful. The other would be boosting your immune system. There's lots of sniffles and things like that. The bugs and germs are back, so you want to boost up your child's immune system. Along with boosting the immune system, because of the sniffles, we have all the lovely little respiratory issues going around.
Right.
So we want to look at something to help protect or make it easier for your child to breathe.
Whether that's a seasonal problem or a lifelong problem.
Got you. Exactly.
Okay. And when we were talking earlier, you were talking about sleep too, because of course sleep would be an issue for kids, and they would feel far more anxious and less able to cope.
And focusing for the kids as well.
Okay. So anxiety and sleep, focus, immunity, and lice. Those are the 5 things.
Probably
so
those would be like.
What tools do we have for, in the essential oil world, what tools do we have for anxiety?
There's multiple tools available. Simple things like an invigorating blend, which is a blend of citrus oils and a vanilla bean. And to me, it reminds you of creamsicles.
Right.
What's creamsicles? Summertime happy, right? And so it gives pleasant memories. Grounding blend, which is a blend of tree roots. It's a oil that have all tree roots, and it helps the body become grounded. It's like so it helps that the mind focus and stay in and feel less scattered. I guess would be the best.
So we're grounded and centered and uplifted with the citrus.
Exactly.
With the citrus blend. So really nice combination.
Exactly.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the key things though for anxiety as well is making sure you get an adequate sleep. So if you're not sleeping the night before because of the anxiety, one of the things you can do is you could use lavender or a reassuring blend, which has a lavender component in it, and it helps the mind just relax and say, oh, it's nighttime, it's time to sleep.
Right. Of course, this lavender has the same receptor sites as Valium on the brain, or affects those same receptor sites. It's kind of a shh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and another oil that is used as well quite frequently is vetiver, and it is a grassroot oil, and it helps also calm the mind. It has a bit of a relaxing, and they've been looking at doing some studies with kids that have the ADHD type of things where they're constantly needing to go, and it helps bring them down so that their mind calms a bit and they're able to then get an adequate sleep.
Now, would you use that type of blend during the day as well then?
You could, yes, it wouldn't hurt.
For increasing focus.
Exactly. And another one you could use once you're at school or even getting yourself focused to go to school is a blend called In Tune, which is Focus Blend.
Right.
And it is a blend of essential oils that helps the mind stay focused on one thing. So if there's lots of stuff coming in at you from different angles, it allows you to concentrate in on that one specific
well,
area.
I know this is an oil that I use all the time for me because I'm such an ideas person, and I find it really hard to stay focused on one thing. I know my productivity increases dramatically when I'm using that oil. So not even for school anxiety and school focus, it's great for everyday focus
As
too.
an adult, we
Yeah.
frequently need them as well. The oils are not just for
Right.
kids. Speed it up. Two other oils that also work well for school and focusing is peppermint and rosemary. Rosemary for memory. Peppermint keeps you awake and helps you study well.
Fabulous, fabulous. Oh, that's great. So peppermint and rosemary and the Intuna Focus blend for keeping us focused.
Exactly.
And then you also mentioned immunity. So immune boost, and I know when we send our kids off to school, they come home and they get us sick.
Exactly.
Right? So let's stop that one.
So the first thing you want to make sure you have is a healthy diet, so that you're eating and drinking lots.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to use an essential oil, a protective blend, so that it is helping your own body boost its own immune system. It's a blend that has cinnamon and clove and all natural oils that help your body do what it needs to do. Hand washing. No, you know, the kids got to wash their hands, and using a homemade hand sanitizer, using the protective blend.
Right. Well, like the one that you gave me. So this just like a little spray bottle like this that they can just open up and spray, spray in their hands and give a quick wash.
Exactly.
No worries there. Well, because of course, like a lot of those antibacterial soaps are killing off our healthy bacteria as well as the bad guys.
This only basically eliminates the bad guys, lets your own natural bacteria that is there thrive.
Right, got you. And you're just gonna put that on their I guess that
bottoms of their feet. Exactly.
Put their little cotton socks back on, and off they go to school.
Perfect.
Love it. So we've got them protected. Now, when they do get the sniffles and colds, what do we use?
There's a respiratory blend that is wonderful. It's easy. One of its ingredients actually is peppermint, because one of the oils, benefits of the oil is it not only helps with the mind, but it also helps open up your airways. And so, yeah, respiratory blend is a wonderful one. I've used it personally for myself whenever I get a cold or that sniffles or I feel like something's coming down. On it goes, and I use it a couple of times a day in that case.
Okay, that's fabulous. So we've got our respiratory things covered, we've got immunity covered, and now the dreaded lice. Oh my gosh, lice. Oh, hate that time of year. Now, I have my own lice stories, but I want to hear what you use for lice and recommend for kids.
The information that I've been able to gather, I personally have been blessed not to actually have had lice on myself, but what I have found through books that I you can get anywhere kind of thing, that talk about essential oils. There's also lots of information on the web, the internet, and the variety of that type of thing. Tea tree, Melaleuca is one of the main oils that you see all the time now. And you can even see it in some of the commercial products are also doing tea tree too. And so,
my experience with lice was we lived in New Zealand for a number of years, and in New Zealand, kids are not sent home from school if they have lice. So it's kind of this continuous thing. And being a pretty natural family, we started off with all natural products, and by the end of 2 years and nothing was working, we were in the heavy-duty chemicals. I even had an electric lice comb to shock the little buggers. Nothing was working. And then I started using peppermint essential oil. And the first time that we tried that, this was after I had washed her hair and did all the nitpicking and everything else. Put the peppermint oil, 15 minutes later, had hundreds of lice coming out. It was just absolutely mind-boggling. We found that putting just a couple of drops of peppermint in a little bit of olive oil, so it's just a slight glisten in her hair, it just looked clean and shiny, we never had another lice problem. And had that peppermint focus that you talked about earlier, and no medicinal smell, which was really nice.
Exactly.
So I think that we can wrap this up. We have covered 5 major problems for back to school: anxiety, sleep, immunity, respiratory, lice and focus. And we've done that all with about 8 essential oils. We've looked at the Protective Blend, also known as On Guard, Invigorating Blend, also known as Citrus Bliss. We've looked at the Respiratory Blend, also known as Easy Air. And we've looked at the Grounding Blend, also known as Balance. And we've looked at lavender and peppermint and rosemary and tea tree.
And tea tree.
And tea tree. So there's our top 8 oils for back to school. Thanks so much. And thank you, Sharon Love, for agreeing to sit down and talk with me today.
Anytime.
Okay. And happy back to school, all of you.